together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in. Stacking up green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah. It's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. Just me today. And we get our favorite time of year really starting. Stanley Cup playoffs are going to be starting today. We have MLB continuing. We have NBA playoffs starting today as well. The hell with the play-ins. We get actual playoff games in the NBA. So it's going to be a fun card. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we'll take a look back at what happened yesterday. What went right, what went wrong in the world of sports betting. And if only I did not bet the NBA playoffs or play-ins, then it would have been a perfect day for me. My only loser of the day was Atlanta first quarter. Yep, that was it. They lost the first quarter. They ended up losing the full game in overtime. But it was 33-24 at the end of the first quarter. No good there. The Heat won the first quarter. Heat won the full game. And looking at the rest of the card, though, one thing I have to apologize to anybody in the baseball contest. I went 9-0 yesterday, up 9.05 units. It was a full-on sweep. I did have 10 plays yesterday. One did not go because they postponed that Rockies Nationals game that had the first 5 under in. And I do believe we get that matchup today. So we'll see if I go back to it. But I did go 9-0 in the MLB yesterday. Started off never in doubt winner. Arizona Chicago over 11. That was heading into the 7th inning. 2-1 baseball game. And then Cubs score 5 in the top of the bottom of the 7th. The Diamondbacks score 10 in the top of the 8th, and the Cubs score 6 in the bottom of the 8th. 13-11. Boom. Over. Nice winner there. And then after that, the Guardians money line gets the job done. That was a little sweaty at the end there, though. At one point, they were up 10-2. The Pirates scored 3 in the bottom of the 7th, 2 in the bottom of the 9th, make it a little bit closer, but a 10-7 win for the Guardians. First 5 over 5 winner, Cincinnati and Baltimore. Those would continue to be just money. Under 8.5, Yankees and Rays could not have gotten any easier. 1-0 Yankees win. First 5 in full game overs in Chicago and Boston. 6-1 after the first 5, 10-3 final. Winner. Mets team total over. Thank you, Francisco Lindor. Walk-off home run, cashing the team total over 4.5. And one of the only times I've really bet on this team this year, I doubled up on the Dodgers yesterday. Did not cash the way I was expecting to, but we did nevertheless. First 5 in full game. The first 5 was the money line. The full game -1 for the Dodgers. Winner there. So overall, a really, really strong day yesterday. Throw away the NBA. It was a perfect day for me. So that's something you absolutely love to see, and we'll hope to continue into today's card. So we'll head over to the chat, and then we will get into today's games. Let's see. My bad. MLB Contest. There we go. Did somebody say playoffs? I actually just imported this one just for you.
I don't know. All I know is we threw 4 interceptions and fumbled once. 1 interception.
Okay, never mind. That wasn't the edited one for some reason. I imported the wrong one. I apologize. Playoffs? Talk about playoffs? O'Neill Cruz 4-1. I saw that when I was grading your thing, but hey, awesome. There you go. Good shit. What's good, Nicholas Handy? Where's the link to the ESP bracket challenge, NHL bracket challenge? We don't have one. I do have I did fill out a bracket, but I never created a contest for ESP for it. I apologize. Not the best day overall, but okay day. Yeah, down in the MLB. Fair. Yeah, appreciate it, ISX. Cubbies. Yes, the Cubbies got the job done yesterday. Michigan Panthers -7.5. You're betting some football right now. Yeah. Appreciate it. But we will get into today's card, which will start we will be starting in the MLB. Then we will go to the NBA playoffs, and then we'll conclude with the NHL. I've moved on both hockey games today, and I've already moved on. I've already doubled up on a baseball game today, which if you look at the card, you look at the odds, you'll know exactly what play that is. But quick, one last thing before we get into the card is let's quickly recap the standings for the MLB contest. So let me quickly do that. I'm first now by a little over 7 units. Lex up 9.21, making it interesting. Neil up 5.6. Coin up 2 units. Occupancy up 1. 446 is scared up 0.45. John Boy down 0.32. Destiny down 1. Craig Wood down 1.83. Drewski down 2.08. Coyote down 2.78. Markel down 3. Tim down 5.1. IceX got one yesterday. Now 1-7 down 5.88 units. For the person putting in plays under 446. It's now 10-15 down 7. Nicholas Handy down 13.37. Untouchable down 16.18. Robert Carlson down 19.66. So that is the standings for the MLB contest. A lot of positive days yesterday, I did notice. But let's get into the first game here. The Philadelphia Phillies taking on the Miami Marlins. High total in this game, a 10.5 minus in this one here. It opened up at a -210 for the Phillies. It's now down to a 200 in some spots. It was up to 215 when I typed it up this morning, but we've seen a 10-cent line movement towards the fish in this game here. Line opened up at a 9, went to a 9.5, up to a 10, up to a 10.5. So we've had a decent move towards the over here as well. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game here. Let me switch over to Sunday here. Is there seriously no cash flow today? Refresh. There we go. Okay. I was going to say there better be cash flow today. It's Taijuan Walker and Cal Quantrill, your pitching matchup in this game here. As I wait for the cash flow to come up, we'll talk about the two pitchers. Cal Quantrill thrown to a 5.79 ERA so far this year. Let's get into what he's done so far. He had a good start against Atlanta, where he gave up no earned runs on 4 hits, no walks, 5 innings there. The other 2 starts have not been great. His first start of the year was against the Mets, where he gave up 6 earned runs, 8 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, and 4 innings pitched. And then against the Nationals, 3 earned runs, 7 hits, 5 walks, 2 strikeouts in his last start. He went 5 innings in there. And the Nationals the Marlins got the win in that game for that one. On the flip side, Taijuan Walker has actually been pretty good this year. All things considered, thrown to a 2.40 ERA in 15 2/3 innings pitched. He had a start last one. He dominated his first 2 starts though. 4 earned runs on 6 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, and 5 innings pitched in his last start against the Giants. Previous to that, shut down the Braves in 4 2/3 innings and shut down the Rockies in 6 innings. So he looked good in his his first 2 starts. Hit a little bit of a hiccup there in the second game, the third start. My bad. There. Look at what the conditions are here, because I'm assuming that we see hitter friendly weather. Yeah, 15-mile-an-hour winds blowing straight out, which explains the 10.5 total in this game. 94% tickets, 95% of the cash is on the Phillies. And then, wow, for the total, we have 49% tickets and 54% cash on the over. Line's moving towards the over. However, do you want to bet the over now at 10.5 when you could have gotten 9, 9.5, or a 9, or a 10? My bad. Not particularly. It would be over or no bet. I feel like you've missed your line though. Maybe get involved on a Marlins team total over, especially with all the money coming in on the Phillies. The line's moving towards the Marlins. I'm kind of interested to see what that is. Expecting Taijuan Walker to not continue pitching as well as he has to start the year. It's a 4.5 around plus 110 over on ESPN Bet. that'd be my lean in this game, would be a Marlins team total over if I'm getting involved in this game at all. I don't think I'm going to, though, so I'm just going to leave it as a lean. Generally, with underdogs, I don't really like 4.5s for team totals, and I get it. It's a 10.5 total in this game, so that makes sense. But yeah, for me, not getting involved with this first game. Let's see. Sandy pulled out after 2 innings. What a joke. Yeah, he struggled yesterday. Rob, stick to hockey. Okay. Why am I not allowed in the contest? Yeah. We have a cow. I don't think we do. No, the line's moved against the Phillies. If it's moved towards the Phillies, then we would have, but no. Hit the Reds -1.5. Dig myself out of this hole. There you go. Maybe next month. Yeah. Supness. Let's go, Lex. Never mind. Phillies or nothing. Fair. Over 10.5. I can see that. Can we see a similar score like the Cubs game yesterday? Phillies team total over. Yeah. It's very similar conditions. Obviously not 23-mile-an-hour winds blowing out, but things like that. Philly or nothing. Line opened up at -180. How is the line moving towards the Marlins? On the book that I look at, which I when I look at line movements, I look at Bet Online because they open up lines earlier than everybody else. This line opened up at -210 yesterday, and it reopened up at 198 at 12:23 this morning, and it's gone up to a 200. It did get up to a 213 at one point. But this is not a cash cow play because overall the line, the lowest I've seen the Phillies is a -198. I don't know where you're seeing -180. The lowest that they were on Bet Online is a -198. Phil's over 10. I could definitely see the over in this game. He has -215. I'm seeing Phil. Yes, keep in mind I type in these lines about an hour before the show. So there will be differentiating for it with the way the lines are now compared to when they were when I typed them up. So yes, it was 213 when I typed it up, and I rounded up to 215. I always round to the nearest 5. But yeah. ESPN bet said it line opened up Phillies -180 though. I never look at ESPN bet for line history. So they may have, but they weren't right because I'm seeing 200. I'm seeing basically 200s, 210s across the board for opening lines. Market telling us Walker is going to take a shit today. He is due for regression. Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Phillies run line. Schwaba, ESPN bet and Action Network. Action Network, I do not trust for actual line history. Like I don't trust them for that. I only trust them for because I've seen them wrong numerous times on that. I only trust them for the cash flow. I use a different site for line history because it gives me multiple books to look at. Marlins first 5 only. That bullpen. Yes. Yeah. No. I would only look towards the first 5. And in this spot, it would just be a first 5 money line rather than a first 5 plus a half because of the high variance projected in this game. So that would be +160 if you're interested in that. +160 for a first 5 money line with the Marlins. But with that, makes sense. Yeah. Their line history is kind of messed up. I don't understand where they get their opening lines from, and they've been dead wrong so many times with that. So all we need is about a 10-cent line movement on Bet Online. Yes, that's what I look for. And the line opened up at a 210, and it's down to a 200. So if this was 220, 225, 230, I'd be on the Philly run line. And maybe a Philly team total over as well. But we'll move on. We have the Detroit Tigers taking on the Kansas City Royals, -125 for the Tigers, total 8 in this game. Taking a look at the line history in this one here, Casey Mize taking on Seth Lugo. Line opened up at a 115. It's now a 118, so we have a slight move towards the Tigers in this game. It did get up to a -125 when I was typing him in this morning. So yes, there's a little bit of discrepancy there. Line opened up at an 8.5 at -115. It's down to an 8.5. 8 -115. It's now down to an 8 at +104. 61% of the tickets and 60% of the cash is on the over in this game. Lions moving slightly towards the under. 80% of the tickets and 64% of the cash is on the Tigers. The Lions moving slightly towards them in this spot here. Surprised that this total isn't being bet up more, maybe a little bit. We have Seth Lugo and Casey Mize. Lugo, he made his first road start last game, and he got hit. Gave up 4 runs on 7 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 6 2/3. We were on the Yankees in that game. I believe that was the cash cow game. No, that was the one where I took the team total over full game over, and I lost both. That was fun. On the flip side, Casey Mize has pitched 3 times this year. 2 of them have been on the road. The only home game he pitched was against the Yankees. He gave up 1 earned run, 4 hits, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts in that game. Casey Mize has looked good this year. That's one thing that I've kind of noticed. He had a poor start in his last one in Minnesota. He gave up 4 runs on 7 hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts, and 5 2/3. But overall, Casey Mize has looked pretty good though so far this year. Want to take a look what the conditions are in this game? See maybe if we have some decent pitcher-friendly weather. Let's take a look at what that is. No, it's 13-mile-an-hour winds blowing out towards left center field. First pitch around 59 degrees. We'll get down to 58 degrees. So about the same temperature the whole game with the wind blowing out. That'll be enough to keep me off the under. That makes me very uncomfortable there. And it'd be Tigers or no bet, but I just don't know about I just don't like this spot too much. Another pass here from me probably. I think I might get involved with this next game, especially with what we saw yesterday. But yeah, not a game I'm going to get involved with here to start my day. I feel like I'm seeing the board well. I'm not going to force actions. I'm not going to force action on this game here. Let's see. Can you send me the link to where you get the line movement? I will send you a text on what I will. Let me quickly do that. I'll send you a text of the website I use. It won't be a link. It'll just be the website you would Google for it. Let's see. There you are. It is this. Because I don't know how much I can really talk about that website with current states of certain things. Mize at home. Yeah. Tigers money line -120. Fade Lugo. There you go. 85% of tickets and 89% of cash from the Detroit under. Wow. Sign is moving towards the under, so they are respecting it. It's really interesting to see the difference between Odds Logic and Action Network's numbers. It is kind of interesting there. Over 8, fair. Good luck today, my peoples. What's good, Stop Geo? Royals were my one loss yesterday. I need to see more from this offense before I start backing them. They had ducks on the pond all game, and runners in scoring position was hitting was not there. Yeah, and that was one thing I was worried about with the Royals this year, which is why I did not pick them to win the division or anything along those lines. I don't like their offense. And I said they're a Bobby Witt injury away from being a bottom 5 offense in baseball. So we'll see. Just added money to Flip. I use Flip they give me the free $1 every day, and I put in monster parlays. That's the way I approach it. Like, I will go ahead and I will be. I usually do a four batter home run lay with my free $1 every day. I probably be doing that today. With that. So yeah. Yes, sir. El Tigers -120. Wind may be blowing out, but it's cold and damp here. Fair. Appreciate it. Gave a free 50 for I like Flip just for giving me free money to try to go for bombs. I like the Tigers here. I would lean Tigers as well. Thanks. Is it Tigers -1.5 for money line? You're getting an affordable price. You can just money line them. Casey overrated. Been saying this. This is the Indians or the Tigers division. 100% correct. I am pro Guardians for the AL Central. Need to know what teams hit lefties and righties good. Yes, I will be setting up my spreadsheet. I want to say Monday will be my first day using the spreadsheet. now that we have enough of a sample size. KC road offense is not good. No, it's not. It's one of the books that I can actually bet on. There you go. Yeah, it's a social casino, if I remember right. It's kind of like a stake or something along those lines. We'll move on, though. We have the Arizona Diamondbacks taking on the Chicago Cubs, -110 for this game here, total of 7.5. Ben Brown, Zach Gallen, your pitching matchup here. Taking a look at the line history in this one, where it opened up Diamondbacks -115. It's now Cubs -116. Wow. Line opened up 7.5 -107. It's now 7.5 -112. Slight move towards the over in this game as well, which is interesting. Makes sense, though. 90% of tickets, 95% of the cash is on the over in this game here. 50% of tickets and 77% of cash is on the Cubs. And I'm kind of interested in that here, potentially taking a Cubs spot in this one or an under in this one here. I know the lines move towards the over. One thing that I am concerned about is the state of these bullpens. But Ben Brown's been okay as far as I remember. He's coming. He threw 6 shutout innings against the Dodgers in his last start. He was part of that 16-0 win. He's faced the Dodgers twice, the Padres, and the Athletics. And the Athletics was in Sacramento. And so, yeah, has he struggled a little bit this year? Kinda. He's throwing to a 5.09 ERA, but I mean, you face the Dodgers twice, the Padres, and you have to go to the boombox or the bandbox in Sacramento. I don't expect you to pitch the greatest. He did do really well at Dodger Stadium in his last start. No earned runs on 5 hits, no walks, 5 strikeouts, and 6 innings pitched. He gave up 5 earned runs in 4 innings against the Padres. He gave up 3 earned runs in 5 innings against the Athletics. This is Ben Brown. I still think he's going to be fine. And then on the flip side, Zach Gallen. I like Zach Gallen. And he is somebody who has pitched, I believe, actually pretty well this year, if I remember right. Actually, he's been okay. He had the one blip on the radar there. Actually, a couple. He faced this Cubs team earlier in the year at home. Gave up 4 earned runs against them in 4 innings pitched. He gave up 5 earned runs against the Orioles, and he gave 2 earned runs against the Brewers. The only time he had a really good start was on the road, and here he is on the road again. Maybe he's just a good road pitcher in this spot. And how easy does it look with this total being a 7.5 after we just saw 23 runs scored yesterday to just go ahead and take an over, right? These two teams scored 23 runs yesterday. There's no way they don't score 8 today. I'm very interested in this under. And I think I would like to move on it. I think I would like to go first 5 rather than full game. So I just moved 3 cents towards the first 5 over. With the amount of money coming in on it, I don't care. No, that has moved a couple cents in that direction. I think this game is an under. I truly do. Probably I'm going to be I know a lot of people are going to look and be like, yeah, they scored 23 runs. Give me the over, 7.5. I don't see it like that. Porter Hodge threw 31 pitches today. Merriweather threw 19. Keller threw 12. Roberts threw 7. Debar threw 8. Presley threw 7. Wicks threw 5. So overall, all things considered, really, I think only Porter Hodge will not be available, completely not available today. The Diamondback side, Ryan Nelson threw 36. Joe Mantiply threw 26. Jarvis threw 16. So probably Jaden Beeks can be available. Justin Martinez can possibly be available. Shelby Miller can be available. Maybe AJ Puck's available. That bullpen, though, I don't trust either of these bullpens right now. And I would like to cut this game down, but I think this is one of those where I believe we also have the wind blowing in this game as well, which explains the lower total. I think people are going to see yesterday and see a very low total today and be like, it's got to go over again, right? Winds blowing 8 miles an hour towards the third base side from right field to third base. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get my day started here. First 5 under 4, -110 with the Diamondbacks and the Cubbies. I think we see a lower scoring start to the game, and I do not trust these bullpens for anything right now. I trust the Diamondbacks bullpen more than the Cubs bullpen, that's for sure, but the Diamondbacks bullpen's a little bit more taxed from yesterday. So I'm going to get my day started. First 5 under 4 in this game. First 5 under 4. Maybe a Zach Gallen over outs or maybe a Zach Gallen over outs or a Ben Brown over outs as well, potentially. in this game with the bullpens being the way they are. Maybe they push them to go a little bit further. But yeah, I'm going to get my day started. First 5 under 4 in this one here. Let's see. Yep. Members get that spreadsheet. Yep. If you're a member, I will post the link to the spreadsheet on. But yeah. Yeah, I'm predicting the outcome rather than betting on it, I guess. Yes, you're predicting the outcome. And you're basically you're using in-house rewards and stuff like that. Okay, one of the Earles begged me to come back. Did Tim beg you to come back? Diamondbacks versus Cubs was crazy. Yes, yeah, it was. That game was on crack, and I was on the over in that game. And that was very, very, very fun to see. And now I'm flipping the script, and I'm starting my day with first 5 under 4. So, yep. 42% of tickets, 43% of cash on Chicago, and the lines flip towards the Cubs. Yeah, and it's Cubs or no bets. It is Cubs or no bet for this game. If you're looking at it that way. Genius returns. I've been here the whole time. Okay. I got bad news for you Yankee haters. The Yankees are winning the division. Okay. Wouldn't shock me. They were favorites to win the division. They should win the division. There's no excuses. They should win the division. There you go. He's back. Yeah, probably Tim did. Diamondbacks have no bullpen arms yesterday. Penn looks better today. Under would be a ballsy bet after 2 teams combined for 24 runs yesterday. Exactly. Mm-hmm. I said okay. Cubs game under 7.5. Love it. I like the first 5 better than the full game just because the bullpens do make me a little bit nervous. And I trust these starting pitchers a little bit more. But yeah. Knicks start their long journey today to the Cup. All right. I love this card. Well, some of it, yeah. Take the over contest play. Nick thinks he's a big shot now after last night. Go over. Okay. Tim versus 446 beef will never end. Yeah. I'm fading Nick's hot streak. Interesting. 446 has bad energy. He roots for the other people to lose. Agree. 446 isn't okay. Rather than rooting against the books, yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. We'll keep it going. The Seattle Mariners taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. The Mariners minus 120 favorites with a total of 8 in this game. Oh, a little bit of breaking news from hockey. Ducks just fired their head coach. That's interesting there. But let's get into the line history here. Let me get off the first 5 line movements and get to the full game line movements here. Seattle, Logan Gilbert, Jose Barrios. A low-key ace-off here in this one. Line opened up 115 for the Mariners. It's now 122. Line opened up 8 at minus 110 and got up to an 8 minus 125, back down to an 8 minus 110. So we do have a move towards – we have no move on the total and a move towards these Mariners. 53% tickets, 65% cash is on the Mariners. Line's moving towards them. So the sharp money coming in on the Mariners, line moving towards them, does pique my interest in Seattle in this game, in this spot. And then we have 58% tickets and 56% of the cash is on the over. So looks like we're getting a little bit more under action today on a lot of these games, which is interesting. We rarely see overs get these type of betting lines. It's nice not seeing 99 and 99 on everything. I think maybe what do you call it? Maybe Action Network has fixed itself after maybe getting called out for having all their totals in baseball being 99.99s. That's kind of interesting there. But let's keep it going here. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup in this one here, where we have where we have Logan Gilbert, Jose Barrios. Barrios has kind of struggled a little bit this year. He's pitching to a 5.23 ERA. However, gotta take that with a grain of salt. I believe most of that was the first start against the Baltimore Orioles, where he got lit up and smoked. And actually, I believe he's been hit hard twice by the Orioles. Yeah, he gave up 6 runs in 5 innings in the opening day start. And they've won his previous 3 starts, though, the Blue Jays. He gave up 2 earned runs against the Nationals in a 5-3 win, 1 earned run in 7 innings against the Red Sox, and a 6-2 win. And he gave up 4 earned runs on 7 hits, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, 5 innings pitched in his last start, in a 7-6 win in 10 innings against the Orioles. So they have been playing. They have been winning his games. On the other side, we have Logan Gilbert, arguably the ace on the staff here in Seattle. He's definitely somebody that. Ooh, this is really interesting though. He's pitching well this year. 2.38 ERA in 22 and 2/3 innings pitched. However, taking a look at his 4 starts: home against the Tigers, home against the Astros, home against the Rangers. He's pitched great, but he's yet to pitch away from T-Mobile Park there in Seattle. And now he gets to hit the road and play this Blue Jays team. That's really interesting. He's pitched really well, but he's yet to pitch away from home. I think that's a bad spot for him. Question is, do we want to go against the market, go against the sharp money, and fade the Mariners in the spot? And the answer for me is no, because I still think Logan Gilbert's a really strong pitcher, and I don't think that matters too much. But I think that's enough to keep me off the Mariners in this game here, is seeing that it's kind of been a little bit of home cooking for Logan Gilbert to start the year. So for me, I mean, it is Mariners or no bet. I just need to I need to go through and see if I actually want to pull the trigger on it. Because it does give me a little bit pause to see Gilbert's thrown all 4 starts at home. But and we know home road splits are a thing for Seattle pitchers. They are. And I could see that being the case here for Logan Gilbert. So it'll be just a small lean towards the Mariners in this game. Not one I'm going to get involved with, though. Cool. All right. Look how the chat came alive. Okay. Pass. Yeah. Did we do basketball or hockey yet? What did I miss? You've only missed a couple MLB games. Nope, just MLB. Okay. 67% of the tickets, 90% of the cash on Toronto under. Wow. Let me get my capping sheets or stat. Okay. Pitching reports. I fade the Barry man last every game. Give me the Mariners contest play. All right. Here, if you want to put a contest play in, give me 2 seconds because you're saying contest play. Here, let me do this for you real quick. To help you out. For any place you want to be contest plays, there you go, 446. You can put it in to that link right there, and you can compete. I mean, unless you're just scared about losing a free contest. Mariners -1, -102. Go ahead, put it in the contest. George Springer props, Nerfy of the day. I could see a Nerfy in this game. I could definitely see a Nerfy. We'll move on. St. Louis Cardinals, New York Mets. Mets -170 favorites with a total of 8.5 in this game. It's Matthew Liberatore taking on Kodai Senga. In this game, line opened up at a -165. It's up to a 182. Line opened up at an 8. It's now a -120. So this looks like a potential spot where we might have a grazing cow wearing orange and blue today. Let's take a look at the cash flow, see if it correlates, because we have a massive line move towards the Mets. We're up to -180, which is it's -180 to 280. We need the public on the Mets here, though. And 88% tickets, 83% of the cash. Yes. The line moving towards them, a total above 8.5. Yes. This is a Mets run line spot in this one here. Kodai Senga taking on Matthew Liberatore in this one here. Taking a look at what Senga has done so far this year. And he has come back and he's looked good. Granted, he's faced Miami twice in the Athletics. He gave up 2 earned runs in his first start against Miami, and he's thrown back-to-back shutout appearances, 5 innings and 7 innings against the Marlins and the Athletics. He's thrown to a 1.06 ERA, 17 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 12 hits, 16 strikeouts to 5 walks. On the other side, Matthew Liberatore for the for the Cardinals here. We backed him 2 starts ago on his over outs after the doubleheader, and he did enough in that game to do that. He's gone at least 6 innings in all 3 starts, and he looked good against the Phillies in his last start. Granted, his 2 good starts are good starts. I mean, he gave up 3 earned runs, 6 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts against the Angels. And then no earned runs, 3 hits, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts against the Phillies. Those were both at home. The one time he got hit, 5 earned runs on 8 hits, no walks, 7 strikeouts, and 6 1/3 against the Pittsburgh Pirates. So the one time he got hit was on the road. He's back on the road here in this game. I'm moving toward the over here as well. We have 56% of tickets and 57% cash on the over here as well. And let me take a look at the weather here. The wind blowing out. I think this sets up for Mets run line and Mets team total over. Double up spot here in this one, where the Mets get to Matthew Liberatore and they win this game something along the lines of 7-2. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab both because we are up in that spot now where it is the cash cow play. Let's take a look. It's minus or plus 115 for the run line. We're seeing. I'm going to take one quick look here. 185, 118. I don't think that is worth betting. 185, 118 for a minus 1 line. Minus 131, not really. So this will be Mets run line plus 118 on BetMGM. And this will be New York Mets team total over, looks like 4.5, minus 125 over on Bovada. So this will be a double up spot on the New York Mets. Wind blowing out, conditions really good for the Mets for hitting in this game. And this is a cash cow play. So yeah, we'll go ahead. We're going to double down here in this spot. Mets run line and Mets team total over 4.5 at minus 125. Head back to the chat. Let's see. How do you find the link when you're not live? It's in the description of the live stream. It is in the description of it is the first link. After the title in the description is the first link. It's very hard to miss. Yep. My bad. I forgot to X out there. Yes. Video description. Yep. I've had the same problem before. Moo. Yes. It's the cash cow play. Mets can never be trusted to lay 1.5. Always do a money line -1 if you're scared. Do not do -1.5 Mets. Trust me. Earle's got burned last night. Here's the thing though, is at the end of the day, I mean, if it doesn't, we're not laying -190 juice, and I'm not laying -131. I'm going to take plus money. So it is what it is. Barrios has been bad. Mariners first 5. Yep. Mets -1.5. Mets -1.5. Cash cow system play. Yep. Coyote will lose. Oh, hello, 446. Never do -1.5. This is what I'm talking about. He has bad. Yes, exactly. Well, it's also the Mets. So, hey, if I lose, it helps my team total under for the Mets. Okay. It's a cash cow 2-unit play. There you go. I want to fade Senga, but pass. I don't. These look great, especially at home. Man, I joined late and woke up late. It takes me much longer to analyze these games than you're discussing here. That's fair. I'm also trying not to do 4-hour shows, so sometimes the breakdowns are not super long on games, but yeah, I get that. Gilbert gets those Ks in. Fair. He said they get Michaelis last night. They can hit. Yeah, I cashed the team total over. What are you talking about? I got the team total of 4.5. I said I wanted that more than I wanted the -1, -1.5, or anything along those lines. So we'll see. Yesterday, I made a whopping 4% gain on my amount risk. There you go. The Mets should have lost that game yesterday. Shoulda, coulda, didn't. I know they. I know never do -1.5. I didn't. Just rooting for. Yeah. Okay. I don't. I do a lot of -1.5. Big swings. Yeah. You can also go for big scores with them too. Yeah. You're smart. Yeah. Exactly. My record reflects it. There you go. Yeah, after Miles scored, they left. Hey, they got what, half the runs against him that I needed? What am I'm trying to remember what Michaelis did last night. 2 or he didn't even go 4 innings. And I got about half my runs with him. 2 runs against him. Yes, I know he's not going to get blown up every start. He went 9-0. How are we hitting? Because he'll find a way to always hate. Yes, I know he gave up 2 runs. Yep. Still cashed the bet. Maybe it wasn't the way I thought it was going to, but I still had money put into my account at the end of the night because I placed that bet. We'll move on. The Pittsburgh Pirates are -165 favorites against the Cleveland Guardians, 7.5 the total. Obviously, this is Paul Skeens on the mound versus Ben Lively. So quite the matchup there. Line opened up 170 down to a 158. Line opened up at 7.5. Now it's an 8. So a move towards the over and a move towards these Guardians, telling me we might have a little bit of a vulnerable Paul Skeens in this game. 79% of the tickets, 83% of the cash is on the over. Line's moving towards it here in this one. And then 74% of the tickets and 57% of the cash on the Pirates, and the line's moving towards those guard dogs there from Cleveland. Taking a look at the pitching matchup here in this spot. And I've faded Paul Skeens on multiple occasions so far this year. It doesn't scare me to fade Paul Skeens. Why? Because he has the similar feel to DeGrom a couple of years ago with the Mets, where he would go out, give you 7 innings of 1-run baseball and get a no decision or loss because they didn't score anything. Looking at the pitching matchup here, Paul Skeens on the mound for the Pittsburgh Pirates. He's had 4 starts so far this year, and they are 2-2 in his starts. They did win his last start. It was a 10-3 win over the Washington Nationals. I did cash a team total over with the Nationals, though. Now, it was because they got 2 runs against the bullpen. But I said if I got at least 1 run from Paul Skeens, I would be happy with that team total over. And we got it there. And even though the Pirates won by 7 runs in that game, we cashed the bet. I cashed the Cardinals against them. And I'm not afraid of fading Paul Skeens. Now, Paul Skeens, he's looked good. 4 starts, a 2.96 ERA, 24 and a third innings pitched. And I love Paul Skeens. I think he's I think he's arguably the most talented pitcher in baseball. Maybe this is the year where we have the torch handed from DeGrom to Skeens of the most talented pitcher in baseball. Unfortunately, he's getting the DeGrom treatment and not getting any goddamn run support other than 10 runs against a Nationals team where you should be scoring runs against them. On the flip side, we have Ben Lively, who is also thrown 4 times. His first 2 on the road. His last 2 were at home, and he's back on the road here. In 20 and a third innings pitched, he's thrown to a 4.87 ERA, 11 earned runs, 20 hits, 16 strikeouts, 7 walks. I want to take a look at the bullpen here, see what the Guardians have available. Yeesh. Okay, this may pump the brakes a little bit for me because Paul Sewald threw yesterday, Cade Smith threw yesterday, Clase threw yesterday, only 9. Gaddis didn't throw, though. Cantillo didn't throw. Tristan McKenzie could probably be available. We know for a fact, though, Tim Herron and Jacob Junis will not be. Other than that, actually, it seems pretty good. So I take back the worry the worry I had there. And then on the Pirates side, they're going to need I have a feeling they're going to need Paul Skeens. Joey Wentz through 34, Tim Mays at 33, Kyle Nicholas through 26, Justin Lawrence through 15. Available in the bullpen for them is Chase Shergart, Dennis Santana, Caleb Ferguson, Ryan Borucki. I'm not a fan of this Pirates bullpen. I'm not a fan of this Pirates team. I love Paul Skeens, and I wish he was on a better team so we can see him pitch playoff baseball, but that won't happen until he's out of Pittsburgh, unfortunately, because Pittsburgh doesn't know how to invest in offense. And with that being said, I'm going to take the Cleveland Guardians in this game. If you want the Pittsburgh Pirates, the only way that I would approach them is with the first 5, because I'm going to take the full game with the Guardians here. I think it's disrespectful that the Guardians are plus 145 in this game. I get it. Plus 150 over on BetMGM. Yes, sign me up. That is just downright disrespectful of the line. The market says that they're very live in this game. Well, I'm moving towards them. It's the Paul Skeens tax. The Pirates should never be this type of favorite. Yeah, I'll take a shot here. Plus 150 to fade the Pittsburgh Pirates. Sign me up. I get it. It's Paul Skeens. But, yeah, no. This is the Guardians for me. Let's see. I do not hate. I love. I actually gave Nick. Okay, cool. Yeah, and in that same comment, you talked about how we took -1.5 on the site. So even in your compliments, you throw zings in there. So whatever. Mets take them behind the woodshed. I agree. Indians money line. Pirates should not be this big of a favorite. I don't care who is on the mound. I 100% agree. 23% of the tickets and 12% of the cash is on Pittsburgh over. Interesting there. And the line's moving, I believe, towards the over. So that tells me Paul Skeens is vulnerable in this game. That's what it's telling me. Indians game over 7.5. Yeah, I can look towards what is a Guardians team total in this game? It's 3.5 and even money? Are you kidding me? Do I really want to double up against Paul Skeens in this game though? That's the ultimate question: is do I want to double up in this spot? I'll look. I'll think about it. O'Neal Cruz home run. He's got a hot bat right now. Yeah, why not? Never mind staying off the total. Indians money line. Love it. Yeah. Pirates first 5 plus a half -2.7. Oh, good God. Yeah. The trend is dead. Skeens is the most studied pitcher in the league. Cleveland tees off. Wow. Cleveland team total under 1.5 -130. All right. Morning, Nick. Morning. Is Cleveland overrated? No. I think they win the Central still. I think they are the best team in the Central. Yes, Detroit's off to a nice start. I'm not buying what the Tigers are selling though. And I mean the Guardians are only a game and a half behind them, and I'm not a believer in the Royals. I'm not a believer in the Twins, and the White Sox are the White Sox. So it is definitely between Cleveland and Detroit, and I think Cleveland wins the division. Not at all. Yeah. Rob, stick to hockey. Cleveland is not overrated. No, they're not. They absolutely are not. Positive day in the contest, but not making it, making waves of 500 days. Yeah, unfortunately. Royals are overrated. Yes, they are. I said that during the preseason show. I was not high on them. Rob, stick to hockey after that. Will Cleveland win the division? Yes. I got, I think, 3-1 on them to win the division preseason. So, yes, I do think so. Skeens Day. Indians winning the AL Central. Orioles overrated. Yes, I agree with that. The Orioles are overrated. I have them to miss the playoffs. I wanted to take their under there, but no. Facts 446. Yeah, Cleveland is overrated. LOL, Cleveland is overrated. No, they're not. Yes, facts. Just cash nice plus 340 underdog. Hell yeah, there you go. Indians team total over 3.5 even money. There you go. Never fade Skeens. I've won back-to-back times I've faded Skeens. What's your point? Sign me up. I take it back. The Dodgers nerfy is the nerfy of the day. Interesting. See, Nick copied me for what? You are against me. Indians are 4-1 future for the division. Yeah, I like that. Twins choked last night. Awful. Yeah. Central Division is ass. Overrated, all of them. I just think, I don't know if they're overrated. I think they just all suck. Overrated, no, the division just sucks. Yeah. Stick to hockey, blah, blah, blah. I do it because it's the best sport in the world. There you go. Red Sox are overrated. No. No, I don't think so. Yankees overrated. Yankees are not overrated. Stick to hockey, Rob. Nah. You're a hater. All right, cool. We'll continue on. Baltimore Orioles and the Cincinnati Reds. We have the Orioles pick 'em, total of 9 in this game. Should be no secret where I'm going for this game. We're going to continue backing them until we lose multiple times in a row. And we have an interesting new pitcher here for the Baltimore Orioles in this spot here. And All right, cool. I know I've started to learn when things start to lag, is when I am trying to go and move around different pages that are like my stats and stuff along those lines. So I've started to learn when to expect the lag. This line opened up Cincinnati -110, got all the way to a -130. And it's come all the way back. And it's now Baltimore -115. So a massive move towards Baltimore. Line opened up 8.5. It was juiced -130 to the over. It's now a 9. In this game here, we have 26-year-old Brandon today. Let me go. I want to take a look at Brandon Young real quick of the Orioles here. Take a look at what to expect from him here. He's 26 years old. He was drafted out of Lumberton High School in Texas. Back in, when was that? Nope, he went to the University of Louisiana at Lafayette. There, he started his professional career in 2019. Nope, that was his college in 2019 and 2020. He was drafted in that 2020 draft, and he's been working his way from all these different weird leagues, and he finally got to the Florida Coast League in 2023 with Baltimore. So it looks like I have a feeling he was undrafted player here, and he's just like one of those journeyman type of pitchers that I don't know if I particularly want to trust. On the flip side, we have Hunter Green, somebody who's been off to a crazy start. This line, though, suggests that he might be a little bit vulnerable in this game. With this line moving up and this line going from dog to favorite with Baltimore, I don't understand why this line why this line's gone from dog to favorite for that. Hunter Green's been practically unhittable. His worst start of the year was his first one. He gave up 2 earned runs on 3 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, and 8 innings pitched. And for me in this game, I do believe that whoever Brandon Young is going to get hit a little bit. He was a journeyman type of guy. Anybody could have claimed him and nobody did type of thing. Fading Hunter Green, though, is making me a little bit nervous, but we're going to keep going with this because it's just been the most profitable angle for me so far this year. And we're going to continue taking Baltimore games first 5 overs. I think Baltimore, if we can get a run or 2 from Baltimore, I think this game will go over because I think the Reds do get to Brandon Young in this game. Taking a look at the cash flow in this spot for this one, forgot to go over that. 53% of tickets, 55% of cash in the over, line moving towards it. And then we have 39% of tickets and 61% of cash on Baltimore. Wow. So sharp money on Baltimore in this game tells me Hunter Green is vulnerable in this spot. Wow. I mean, I'm only going to take the first 5 over at 4.5 -125, but that's really interesting to see that the books in the market suggest that this could be the spot where he gets hit, and I get it. I could see he's not going to be pitching to a 1 ERA the entire year. But with that being said, do I think he gets lit up and smoked? Not particularly. So for me in this game, it's just the first 5 over 4.5 at -125. It is a lean towards Baltimore though in this game. If I am backing anything, it'd be Baltimore in this game. That's why I only play a Central home division teams in the same division. Fair. Baltimore money line, I could see that. Rob, don't respect it. Okay. There you go. Lag, yes, I know. Dude, Reds all day. Okay. Rob's okay. Yeah, I don't know. And yeah, that the wind blowing out kind of, yeah. My computer's old. Okay, yes, I get it. I don't have a couple $1,000 to go out and get a new computer though. So this is what I'm running on. 55% of tickets, 58% of cash on Cincinnati money line. Yet the lines flip to Baltimore says it all. Yeah, definitely does. And I think if that's the case, then Baltimore hits. I think that would be what that tells me is Baltimore gets to Hunter Green in the start. So I definitely understand the line moving in that direction and everything along those lines. And I would lean towards Baltimore, no bet. Sorry, I was looking at the Orioles game. Yep, no, you're good. Baltimore money line. Earle runs a live show today every day on a $5 computer. No, it's just this computer's a little old. This was a $2,500 laptop, but yeah. Any college basketball plays today? College baseball plays today? I really don't cap college baseball like that, but yeah. Take those 8 units you want and go to Best Buy and get a computer. Not right now. Reds money line. Pay $100 and have them set up. Okay, cool. Green is vulnerable to long ball. I can see that. Yep. Reds first 5, -120. I could see that. Orioles game over 4.5. Yeah, we're gonna continue back in those. And then yeah, I feel like Baltimore is public and have been for a while. Not today. Hell, what the market say about bet Green. Okay, cool. Depends on how many. Yeah, exactly. You have to buy him. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was not a cheap laptop. I needed a laptop that was good enough there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Cool. Good for you. Nerfy and Orioles money line again. Fair. We'll move on. This is an interesting one here. The Texas Rangers and the LA Dodgers. You're telling me the Dodgers are a dog in this game? -110 for the Rangers, total of 8.5 in this spot. Was kind of interesting. Roki Sasaki taking on Nathan Eovaldi. The pitching edge definitely goes towards Nathan Eovaldi, and the Rangers line opened up +104. It's now -110. So we even moved towards the Rangers in this game. Line opened up 8.5 -110 is down to an 8. So we do a move towards the under here as well. Taking a look at the cash flow in this game, I almost assume the Dodgers are going to be massively public in this spot, aren't they? Yep, 71% of tickets, 83% of the cash is on the Dodgers. So yet the line's moving against them. So no respect shown whatsoever for no respect at all for that Dodger money. And then 58% tickets, 67% of cash on the over, yet this line's moving towards the under here as well. So interesting to see that. Nathan Eovaldi and Roki Sasaki. Sasaki's been better as of late. I will give him that. I still think he's a project pitcher. And he's still, he finally made it through 5 innings last start. And that was a week ago. That was the game they lost 16-0. He gave up 1 earned run on 4 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, and 5 innings pitched. It was the first game that he finally made it past that 5 inning, or made it through 5 innings, which, like I said, it's going to take him a minute to get fully equated into the MLB. Probably in a year or two, he will be one of the best pitchers in baseball. Not yet. His fastball shape definitely gives him concern. And if he's not landing his splitter there as a strike, he's going to be in trouble. But he has pitched well the last couple games. I will give him that. On the flip side, Nathan Eovaldi has been awesome this year. He is somebody that has been arguably the best pitcher on the staff in Texas, and that's a staff with DeGrom on it still. So that's something to keep in mind as well. And 3 of his starts been on the road. He's not home now. His one start at home was against Boston, gave him 2 earned runs on 3 hits, no walks, 9 strikeouts, and 6 innings pitched. He threw a complete game shutout in Cincinnati. He followed that up with 3 earned runs and 4 2/3 against the Cubs, and then 2 earned runs in 5 innings against the Mariners. They've lost his last 2 starts. But for me in this game, this line tells you everything you need to know about this spot. The Rangers are winning this baseball game. The question is, do we want it first 5 or full game? And I have a feeling it is first 5 rather than full game. The Dodgers didn't really use anybody. They used Tanner Scott and Kirby Yates. And on the flip side, the Texas Rangers, I like their bullpen to begin with. And they use Sean Armstrong and Holby Milner. Chris Martin's probably available, Jacob Webb, Luke Jackson, and Robert Garcia. I think this is I think this is first 5 rather than full game for the Rangers. For me, I want to take a look what this first 5 line has done, because the bullpen situation I think does favor the Dodgers. This line, and this line's moved 9 cents in the first 5 for the Rangers as well. I think this is Rangers first 5 for me, and I'm not going to do the double up spot. I did cash a plus 150 fading Roki first 5 last game. I have been fading Roki first 5, and they've been pretty decent. The team total is not as much, but the first 5s definitely happen. I want to take a look what the best available number is in this game here for the first 5 money line. It is -1. Let me go ahead and confirm this over on DraftKings because I like to shop around, and the best available number looks to be -115 on DraftKings. Let me go ahead and confirm that. Sometimes BetStamp is wrong with the DraftKings odds and FanDuel odds, so let me make sure that this is correct and that it is -115 for the first 5 money line for the Rangers. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the Rangers in the first 5. Rangers first 5 -115 on DraftKings. That's where we're going to go for this game here. Rangers first 5 -115. Let's see. I like the Tigers, but this line seems too close. That's fair. -300 fade again. Yes, we will be on that. Chicago line as high as -125 now. Wow. Yeah. Nick has confidence in his plays to win, so he should get a new computer. Cool. Maybe at the end of the season. We'll see. MLB will pay for his new computer. Let's see how the MLB season goes. Rangers money line. Nixer jumped on the Dodgers bandwagon yesterday. Yep, I did. I was on the Dodgers first 5 in full game. 51% of the tickets, 37% of cash on the Detroit on Texas money line. Wow, moving their direction. There you go, Texas money line. I'm on that as well. Let's see. Nick declared DeGrom done, but he was spectacular last night. He absolutely was. Once again, that was one of those positions that I cashed, and it did not go the way I thought it was going to go. I cashed first 5 in full game with the Dodgers yesterday. Yoshinobu Yamamoto was nails. Dodgers money line. Do not bet against the 8th wonder of the world, Sasaki. I don't think he's as good as you think he is, but okay. 71% of tickets, 87% of the cash is on Texas under. Fair. Earle will learn. Maybe not. And I'm saying, Rangers first 5 money line, double up spot for me. There you go. Sasaki has given up 1 run last 2 games. I still think he will struggle. Yes, he will. Here's the thing, though, is he's a young pitcher that's still developing. So guess what? There will be games where he is awesome. There will be games he gets lit up. And he's going to be very inconsistent. He's going to be very frustrating for people who want to bet him. It's the Sasaki fade looking Yurfy. Yeah, he sucks right now. He's been better the last 2 games. Okay. Yep. A win is a win. Yep. I'm still cashing against him right now. Is it weird you keep saying starting pitchers' names from last year that are now relievers instead? Yeah. It's weird. It's really weird. Because Ryan Nelson was in the bullpen. We're seeing starters. I mean, Graham Ashcraft is in the bullpen. It's interesting to see some of these pitchers that have gone to the bullpen. There you go. I don't see any struggle. Yeah. Put your plays in, back your talk. Exactly. If you're gonna talk shit, put your plays in. That's all we're asking. Have your plays speak for themselves instead of you blowing smoke up your ass. But we'll move on. The Washington Nationals and the Colorado Rockies -130 for the Nationals with the total of 9 in this game. I backed the first 5 under in this game yesterday for it to be postponed. I also did that because it was going to be super cold. And I had a feeling it was going to get postponed, that game. I didn't think that we were going to see a game being played in 20-degree weather in Colorado. Same pitching matchup as yesterday, so I'm not going to go over it too much. Line has gone from a 9.5 down to a 9, and the line opened up 132. It's now down. It's now one. It opened up 130. It's now 132. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game, where we have 58% of tickets and 81% cash on the over. Yet this line's moving towards the under, which is interesting. 78-77 on the over, or on the Nationals in this game. The line's moving slightly towards them. I like Dollander. And this is totally different weather conditions, though, from yesterday. Because I wanted it back and under. And when I saw an 8.5 in a course game, I knew that was definitely going to be an under. It was just never played. I think this is enough for me to pump the brakes, though, because we have 8-mile-an-hour winds blowing out towards left field. So definitely different conditions than yesterday that end up landing me on the first 5 under in this spot. I broke down the pitchers yesterday. I like Chase Dollander. I think he is going to be a good pitcher if only he didn't throw at Coors Field. That was my only worry with him, is that he pitches at Coors Field. So for me, this would be a lean towards Rockies and Rockies first 5, Rockies team first 5 under, things along those lines. Not what I'm going to get involved with. The conditions have changed from yesterday, which will give me a little bit of pause and pass. But I think Dollander is somebody to look at as a bright young pitcher in this Rocky staff who could be pretty good. I remember seeing his stuff back when I believe it was Wake Forest he was with. And in that Wake Forest pitching factory that they have there in Winston-Salem has been really, really solid. And I think we're going to see a few more guys from Wake Forest come on up to the major leagues soon. I mean, you're going to probably see Chase Burns there with Cincinnati in a little bit as well. And we're already seeing it also in Cincinnati. Rhett Lauder, unfortunately, Rhett Lauder's hurt. But yeah, you'll see a lot of Wake Forest pitchers definitely coming up. And I really, really like Dollander. If only he didn't pitch in course, though, was my main problem. So it'd be a small lean towards first 5 under. It'd be first 5 under, lean Rockies first 5, but nothing here. Nationals run line. Maybe my plays are in. Figure the name. Let's see. I see Coin has his plays in. And it's only Coin. Only Coin has his plays in so far, unless I just hit refresh and there's more. The Rockies are absolutely terrible. Yeah, I think they're the worst team in baseball right now. They've been absolutely frustrating there. That's what I said yesterday, LOL. Who would want to watch a baseball? Yeah, exactly. Next, we bet the Rockies every game, first 5 in full game versus the Dodgers, LOL. Oops. Yeah, it happens. And I will gladly do the minus 300 fade again today. Mackenzie Gourday, there you go. Waste of money. Nationals minus 127. Stop my most profitable angle from the last 2 seasons. No, thank you. Over 9. Stop fish fade. I haven't been fading the fish. If anything, I lean towards them today, but yeah. 45% of tickets and 77% cash in Colorado money line. Wow. Shit. That's right. He did go to. I mixed him up with Rhett Lauder. That's what it was. I mixed him up with Rhett Lauder. Yeah, no, he was a Tennessee kid. That's right. Double F spot. My guy is on the mound. Yeah. Rockies have won 3 games all season. Dude, yeah. Yeah. Nats run line. Nats minus 1 instead of the money line. That's fair. My boy Mackey, first 5 minus 0.5. And Nats minus 1.5 plus 120. Fair. We'll move on, though. And a play that I've doubled up on and I'm going to get yelled at for doing, but I do not give a fuck. Let's get into it. Here we have the Chicago White Sox and the Boston Red Sox in this game. We have the Red Sox minus 315 favorites in this game with a total of 9 in this spot. Here we have Garrett Crochet taking on Shane Smith, the pitching matchup. Line opened up minus 300. Now it's minus 317. Line opened up and an 8 juiced heavily towards the over. Immediately within a minute and a half went to an 8.5. And since then it's gone to a 9. So we have a half run line movement towards the over. We do have a 17-cent line movement towards the Red Sox. Imagine how many money line parlays have the Boston Red Sox in them. 95% tickets, 95% of cash on the over. 67% of tickets and 63% of the cash is on the, 95 and 95 is on the Red Sox. 67, 63 is on the over. I do think we potentially see runs in this game. The only problem is this Garrett Crochet we're talking about. But these two teams just saw each other, and Garrett Crochet did pitched incredibly well against his former team, the White Sox. He went 7 1/3 innings, gave up 1 hit, and it was the last batter he faced in that game. And it was Chase Mindroff. He ended up coming on to score. So he got on 1 walk, 1 hit, and a 3-1 win. Previous to that, he shut down the Toronto Blue Jays, 1 earned run, 5 hits, 4 walks. A little concerning there, but 5 2/3, 5 innings. He pitched really well against the Orioles. No earned runs on 4 hits, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. And he pitched well against the Rangers as well. He's been awesome this year. He's my Cy Young pick this year in the American League. On the flip side, I like what we've seen from Shane Smith. Shane Smith did go counter in that matchup last game. He went 6 innings himself, gave up only 2 earned runs on 5 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. He did enough to keep his team in the game. And one thing we've seen from Shane Smith is that is exactly what he has done for the White Sox this year. He has kept his team in the game all 3 times. Now, granted, they've lost all 3 of his starts, but 2 earned runs in 5 2/3 against the Twins, no earned runs in 6 innings against the Guardians, 2 earned runs in 6 innings against the Red Sox. I like what we've seen from Shane Smith, and I think he's one of those pitchers where I have no problem doing a minus 300 fade with him. Am I on the Red Sox? Yes, am I on the White Sox? Yes, I am. And this is the first time we have a minus 300 fade that isn't the Rockies, which is nice for a change. And the Red Sox, as much as I love the Red Sox this year, I don't know if they're a team I trust laying minus 300s with right now. So I think ultimately this is a spot where I'm just gonna stick with the first 5 in full game. I'm not gonna add an over or a team total over or anything in this game. Oh, I just want to take one quick second and look at what a team total is here for the White Sox. I have a feeling it's going to be 3.5 juice worth the under. Is 2.5. Whoa, 2.5 minus 135. I definitely think that they can give you 3 runs in this game. The White Sox potentially here. And if it's not against Crochet, it's against the bullpen. The Red Sox bullpen, actually, they look pretty rested. Winkowski threw 34 pitches. He won't be available. Brendan Bernardino threw 7. Other than that, Whitlock, Weisher, Slayton, Wilson, Chapman, Kelly, all available in this game here. And I don't know why I hit back on that page. That's annoying. So yeah, for me, it's simple, and this will be the first. And this will be the first bit of merch that I still need to create the design. But when I come up with the fun designs for ESB merch, no team should be minus 300 favorites. No MLB team should be minus 300 favorites. Will be the first line of ESB merch that I make. So yes, no team should be minus 300 favorites. Yes, I know this is off to a rough start. Yes, I know that I lost every single time we've done this so far. But I promise at the end of the year, this will be profitable. And I'm not going to stop just because it's off to a start. So give me the first 5, plus 235. Give me the White Sox full game at plus 270 as well. Head back to the chat, and then we will move on. See, here we go. Yep. White Sox plus 275. There you go. Is betting against. Yes, I am because plus 285. I meant any other pitcher I would say try hashtag stop minus 300 fade, but not Crochet. Okay. White Sox first 5 3-way. Wow. White Sox are the second worst team after the Rockies. Yes, they are. White Sox have the worst bullpen in the American League. Don't bet them today. Okay, cool. White Sox money line, trusting Nick again. All right, cool. Only 1 unit this time, yeah. Rob, wake up, listen to 446. He doesn't have a – here's the thing, though, Rob. You don't have to listen to 446. He has no record backing himself up. He just puts plays out there and only declares his winners. So you don't have to trust him because he doesn't show his record. And I bet if he did, I bet he doesn't because he knows he's a long-term losing capper. Minus 300 fade. It doesn't matter who's pitching or who's playing. No team should be minus 300. Yes. System play minus 300 fade. Yeah. Today should be minus 300 fade. Clueless. Bullpen will kill you today. Cool. White Sox just saw this pitcher, so maybe. How many units? Yeah. We have no clue. Probably 200. I call bullshit on that. We'll move on. Tampa Bay Rays and the New York Yankees minus 125 for the Rays, total of 9 in this game. Let's talk about this one here. where we have Shane Baz taking on Carlos Carrasco, your pitching matchup. Line opened up Tampa Bay minus 115. It's now minus 118. It did get up to a 127 at one point. We got all the way up to 137 at 1.8 and moved towards the under here as well. Taking a look at the cash flow in this game here. 35% of the tickets and 49% of the cash on the over. So interesting there. 45 and 74 is on the Rays in this one here, suggesting the Rays probably are the side in this game. Now, I've not been fading the Yankees as much as I thought I would be this year. That is something that I thought I would be betting against them more, but I realize I haven't. If anything, I've been more betting on them than against them, I believe, this year. But I think it's probably close to 50-50. Shane Baz has played all 4 games at home so far, or pitched all 4 games at home so far. Tampa Bay has also played a lot of home games because they're going to be playing a lot of road games during the summer, especially with the way they're trading out a bunch of series and stuff like that, so they can not play in Tampa during the rainy times in the summer. Shane Baz has looked awesome so far this year. He's had 3 appearances. He went 6 innings of shutout baseball against Pittsburgh. He went 7 innings of 2 earned run baseball against the Angels. He went 6 innings of 1 earned run baseball against the Red Sox. So Shane Baz has been shoving so far this year. On the flip side, we have Carlos Carrasco, who's really struggled so far this year. And he's thrown to an ERA above 6. And it's his last start was good. He went 5 innings of 1 earned run, 1 hit, 2 walks. That was the game I took overs in, thinking Carrasco would get hit, and just the Royals are that bad. But previous to that, he'd given up 3 earned runs and all of his other starts, other than the one against the Royals. He's faced the Brewers at home. He's faced the Diamondbacks at home. He's faced the Tigers on the road. And I think he is to be faded here, potentially Carlos Carrasco. And that bullpen, the Rays or the Yankees, they used Luke Weaver for 15 pitches. He probably is available because we've seen Luke Weaver pitch back-to-back days multiple times. Devin Williams should be available. Ian Hamilton probably is available. He threw 20 on Thursday. Tim Hill threw 23 on Thursday as well. Mark Later threw 17 yesterday, and Fernando Cruz threw 14 yesterday. On the flip side, the Rays, their bullpen, let's take a look at what their state of their bullpen is. Clevenger threw 15 yesterday. Hunter Biggie threw 24. Uceta. Edwin Uceta threw 14. Eric threw base before yesterday. Englert should be available. P. Fairbanks should be available. Manuel Rodriguez should be available. So this should be basically a full ready-to-go bullpen other than maybe Hunter Biggie and maybe Eric Orsi, which I don't think we need really available in order to secure him from the Mets for Jose Siri. So probably shows how much they were, how much they liked Siri, or how little they needed to get back for him. This is Rays or no bet. This is Tampa Bay or no bet for me. It's just whether or not I pull the trigger on it, which I don't think I'm going to. But this would be Rays or nothing. This would be Rays or nothing for me. Let's see. I didn't back the Rockies when they were against the Dodgers, luckily. Fair. 32% of the tickets and 19% of the cash is on the Yankee money line. And the line's moving away that quickly. Yeah. Yes, we know. Congratulations. You said to bet the Dodgers at minus 300 favorites. Cool. I see the line open up Tampa Bay minus 140 for what it's worth. Where? Where did this open up minus 140? I'm seeing it open up 115 on BetOnline. Immediately went to 130. Okay, so it looks like it has gone down a little bit. Okay, because the 115 looks like a false opening line. Okay, that's enough to keep me off the Rays. No, I see it now. I see it now. It opened up 130 at 257 yesterday afternoon on BetOnline. So okay, I'll stay off. That's why. Cool. I still bet the White Sox today. I did a small half-inning nerfy. There you go. Rays can't hit for shit, but I wouldn't bet Carrasco. Fair. I'm just going to sit back and watch my Yanks win. Pass. Fair. Yeah, Rays run line. Nick, don't tell us about the Yankee bullpen. They are good. Doesn't matter if one or two guys are used up. Cool. Pass. Yankees have the best bullpen in the American League East, which is why they will win it. Cool. Odds Logic is where I get my info. Gotcha. Submitted contest picks. Hell yeah. Everyone should be more like Lex Steele and submit their contest picks. We have Coin and we have Lex Steele have already submitted their picks. Be sure, if you would like to submit your picks, I have the link right here if it'll load. Go ahead and load. There we go. If you guys would like to be awesome like Lex Steele and submit plays and compete in our baseball contest for a t-shirt every single month, you should go ahead and click on that link and submit your plays. Yanks plus 102. I may change my mind. Ray stink. Fair. And this is the link. Be sure to submit your plays. If you're going to talk shit, if you're going to give in plays in the chat, why not put them into the contest as well, and see how you do against all of our other people in the chat. We'll continue on, though. The San Diego Padres taking on the Houston Astros, minus 115 for the Padres, total of 8 in this game. We have Michael King taking on Hayden Wesniewski. This one here, line opened up. San Diego minus 115 is down to a San Diego minus 107. So we have a move towards Houston in this game. Line opened up 8.5, went down to an 8, now all the way down to a 7.5. So a full run line movement towards the under. That's interesting there. 56 and 56 is on the over. 85 and 94 is on the Padres, and this line's moving towards the Astros. Makes me very interested in Wesniewski and the Astros in this game. We have Michael King and Wesniewski here. Let's get up Michael King's numbers so far this season. He's pitched to a 2.45 ERA. He has pitched 3 times, though, at home. He pitched okay in his first start. Not great. No, actually, he didn't pitch well at all. My bad. I didn't see it. Yeah. 2 2/3, 3 earned runs, 4 hits, 4 walks against the Braves. He followed that up with a solid 5-inning, no earned run performance against the Guardians. He went to Sacramento, where it's a little bandbox there, and he only gave up 3 earned runs on 8 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 5 2/3. And then he went a complete game shutout against the Colorado Rockies. No earned runs on 2 hits, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts, 9 innings pitched there. And now he hits the road, where I think he could struggle a little bit more on the road than he would at home, because I think that this Padres team will be a big home road splits team this year. On the flip side, we have Hayden Wesniewski. On the flip side, he was part of the Kyle Tucker trade. He's made 3 appearances so far. He's been meh. He's thrown to a 4 ERA, which has a 5 starter. That's kind of all you need. He's thrown 18 innings in 3 starts. He went 5 innings against the Giants, gave up 3 earned runs. He went 7 innings against the Mariners, gave up 2 earned runs. He went 6 innings against the Angels, gave up 3 earned runs. So he is somebody who, he's consistent. He'll go out there, get you anywhere between 5 to 7 innings and give you 3 earned run baseball, and he'll keep you in the game, and he'll keep you competitive. It's exactly what I want when you're looking at a 5 starter. And watching this line move the way it has, how are we not on the Astros in this game? And I've actually not backed the Astros very often at all this year, considering how I usually am with the Astros. I want to take a look at the bullpens real quick in this game, see if this is a first 5 or a full game type of spot, which the line movement tells me this is more full game than the first 5. Padres only used 2 pitchers in their bullpen yesterday, Yuki Matsui and Alex Jacob. So Wandy Peralta, Robert Suarez, Jeremiah Estrada, Jason Adam, and Adrian Morajan are all available. This is a fresh, ready-to-go bullpen for the Padres. On the flip side, for the Astros here, it's loading. I want to take a look what this first 5 is done. Maybe this is Astros' first 5 rather than full game. In this spot, maybe we just trim this down. They use O'Kirk for 14, King for 16, Abreu for 15, Hader for 10 yesterday. So they use these arms should be available, though. Maybe Hader doesn't pitch because we don't see him throw back-to-backs very often. But I want to take a look at what this line has done here. And the line's moved 5 cents towards them in the first 5 as well. I think this is more Astros first 5 than it is full game. And I think I'm going to move on the first 5 here rather than the full game in this one. And that's exactly where we're going to go. Astros first 5, minus 105 here against the Padres. Tells me King's a little bit vulnerable in this game, and I think we can see him get hit a little bit. So I'll go ahead and take the Astros in the first 5 here in this one. No, and no. All right, cool. That's absolutely ludicrous right there. I don't know what world you're living in, but it's not Earth. Volpe is nowhere near Lindor. Where's Lindor? Oh, where's Volpe's top 5 MVP votes? All right, cool. Sounds like a Yankee fan glazing all those guys over the Mets. Yeah. Can you imagine paying Soto $900 million? And it's not $900 million. It's $805. But yeah. And we signed goalie for nothing. Yeah, because he's an old past his prime guy, and he will regress. I'm glad you're doing victory laps 20 games through the season. Come back to me at the end of the year. And then we'll talk. Padres money line. Give me Tim's BFF King money line. All right. 88% of the tickets, 90% on the under. The lines dropped from 8.5 to 7.5. Pass. Mets money line, Nats money line, parlay plus 168. Interesting. Hader will pitch back-to-backs now that he got paid. Yeah, I can see that. 41% of the tickets, 38% of the cash on Houston money line. Interesting. Yeah, the line's moving swiftly towards them. I don't bet Polish pitchers. Volpe is starting out. Lindor on a downslide. If finishing number 2 in the MVP is a downslide, then I will take the downslide all goddamn day, because I will tell you now, Volpe will never be better than Lindor. We can go back and look back in 10, 15 years when both of them are retired, and the numbers, and when we compare Lindor and Volpe, are going to be laughably different. It's not even fucking close. We'll move on, though. The Milwaukee Brewers and the Oakland Athletics. The Brewers minus 120 favorites, total of 8.5 in this game. We have in this one here, Luis Severino taking on Chad Patrick in this game. Line opened up 130 for the Brewers. It's now minus 123. Line opened up 8, minus 115. It's now 8.5, minus 105. Move towards the over here as well. Taking a look at the line history in this one, 83% of tickets and 90% of the cash is on the Brewers. This line's moving towards the Athletics. And then we have 59% of tickets and 70% of the cash is on the over. Line's dropping. If I remember right? The line's gone down, if I remember right. Athletics, and where's it gone up? It has gone up. My bad. It has gone up. So telling us that Chad Patrick's probably a little bit vulnerable in this game, which he's made 4 appearances so far. He's pitched only 15 and a third innings pitched, though. He's not made it. Actually, he went in 5 1/3 against the Reds. That was the only time he's gone past 5 innings, where he gave up 1 run on 2 hits, 3 walks. He's yet to throw more than 86 pitches in an outing here so far this season. He's made 3 starts. They were against the Royals, at home, the Reds at home, and then he went and pitched against the Diamondbacks. He looked good against the Diamondbacks, 4 1/3 of shutout innings, 5 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. So he looked pretty good. The question is, will he continue it here against the Athletics? And Luis Severino, who is off to a little bit of a slow start, but good luck pitching in that Sacramento ballpark. It's going to be absolute hell. And he has struggled in that Sacramento ballpark other than the game against the Mets. Now granted, we are in Milwaukee, and is 1 start away from Sacramento. He shut down the Mariners for 6 shutout innings, 3 hits, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts. So don't read too much into Luis Severino's numbers, because he's getting hit at home, where it's very, very difficult to pitch in that ballpark in Sacramento at home. I think Severino, when he hits the road, is bet on rather than bet against. And I think this is exactly what the market is telling us, that Severino does enough for the Oakland Athletics to win this game. And then the next question is, do we back him first 5 or full game? Because I like this Brewers bullpen. Granted, Nick Mears threw 26 pitches, Abner Uribe threw 16, Brian Hudson threw 17, Grant Anderson threw 10, Trevor McGill threw 5. Okay, so, and all of them had the day off previous to that. So they should be available. We've seen Grant Anderson through back-to-back days. We've seen Uribe through back-to-back days. So most of these bullpen arms, we've seen them throw back-to-back days. The Athletics, they had Jacob Lopez through 26, Justin Sterner through 21, Jose Leclerc through 9 yesterday. So Mason Miller could be available, CJ McFarland, Mitch Spence, Tyler Ferguson, Noah Murdoch should all be available in this game here. I don't really love that Athletics bullpen, though. That's the one thing that does give me a little bit pause, and I do see I think the edge in this game is more first 5 than it is full game with the Athletics. And I would like to back Severino here early in this game. And unfortunately, BetStamp's not telling me the best available numbers on the books I have, because it's showing me that they're showing me that the line is not available in a lot of these books. Let me take a look at it, what it is on Bet365. That's usually where I make most of my bets. Let's take a look here. MLB. See, looks like, oh, there we go. There's the Athletics line. Where is this first 5 money line? Would be, where is it? Innings. Oh, come on. Innings props. First 5 plus 105 for the Oakland Athletics. I'm going to move on that. I'm going to move on the Oakland A's first 5 in this game over on Bet365 at plus 105. I don't really want to trust them for the full game, but I will trust them for the first 5 here. So that's where we'll go here in this spot. Athletics first 5 here for me. Let's see. Didn't he just have a walk-off? How are we hating? Yeah. Volpe has 37 career home runs. Lindor has 250. What's this guy smoking? Yeah. Downside, not downslide. Lindor is on the downside of his career. Volpe is a rising star making no money. And he will never make nearly as much money as Lindor would. 446 can afford the special Kool-Aid to come up with the blasphemy he's spewing about. Yeah. No team would take Lindor's $300 million contract at this age. Well, no, because he signed it how many years ago? No, because, I mean, by the way, Lindor's contract is aged just fine. It's not like he's been an absolute burden. I mean, multiple MVPs and things along those lines. He signed through what, 2030 something? He signed a 10-year deal back in 2021 through 2031. I'm not worried about him whatsoever, at all. None. Zilch. He also signed the contract 4 years ago, so that's beyond the point. But yeah, no, I mean, nobody would sign him to a 10-year, $341 million contract now. No, they wouldn't, because you don't want to sign him through 2035. You have him through 2031. There's a difference. Facts. 28% of the tickets, 59% cash on Oakland money line. Yeah. Lindor, okay, we're not doing this. Sounds like 446 wants Lindor to be a Yankee. Yeah. Okay. He's gone woke also. Okay. 250. Yeah. A's first 5 money line. Like it. You see Lindor after the game. Yeah. After he won the game with a home run. Yes. Don't care. The sad thing is Volpe plays in Yankee Stadium, smallest, most hitter-friendly ballpark. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like LeBron as a person, but he is still the best of all time. Stop hating. Fair. Stick to smacking that crack. There you go. Mr. Smile is not overpaid. He's been and if you look at his advanced numbers on how much he should be paid, the contract is fair value. He's got 7 years left at 300. Yeah. No, I have no problem with that whatsoever. None whatsoever. I want him the next 5 to 7 years. Absolutely, I do. Lindor owns the Yankees. Yeah, that's why he hates them so much. We'll keep it going. 2 games left in baseball. Then we have 4 NBA and 2 NHL. Let's keep it going. The Minnesota Twins and the Atlanta Braves here in this spot. We have the Braves minus 200, total 8 in this game. Taking a look at the matchup here. Simeon Woods Richardson taking on Chris Sale. On open up 205, it's now 210 for Atlanta Braves. On open up an 8 minus 110, it's now 7.5 minus 115, suggesting that Chris Sale probably pitches well in this game, and probably Simeon Woods Richardson can follow suit. 81% of tickets and 86% of cash is on the Braves. The line's moving slightly towards him. Towards them. 73% of tickets and 79% of cash is on the over in this game as well. Taking a look at the matchup here, Simeon Woods Richardson taking on Chris Sale. Chris Sale has kind of struggled so far this year. It's almost like age is catching up to him now. And that was one thing I was concerned about him heading into the season. He's given up at least 3 earned runs in all 4 games so far this year. 3 earned runs against the Padres at San Diego, 3 earned runs at LA, 5 earned runs home against Philly, and 3 earned runs at Tampa Bay. Granted, he's faced 4 of the toughest situations you can. That Tampa Bay stadium is terrible to pitch at. The Phillies are the Phillies, the Dodgers, and the Padres on the road. Those are very tough matchups. So could we suggest that obviously we see a situation here where he gets an easier situation and he can pitch better, Chris Sale? Yeah, I could definitely see that. The Minnesota Twins are not the Phillies. They're not the Dodgers. They're not the Padres. And he's at home in Atlanta. So he should be able to pitch well in this game. And I think people are going to look at that ERA and get scared off. Simeon Woods Richardson on the other side here in this spot. He started 3 games. He had 1 bad-ish start. He gave up 4 earned runs, 8 hits, 4 walks, in 6 strikeouts and 5 2/3 against the Royals. He's also faced the Tigers and the White Sox. So he's not faced the toughest of competition either. And I understand the line moving towards Atlanta. I understand why Atlanta's this big of a number. Am I laying this number with Atlanta? Hell no. Atlanta's done nothing to prove to me they should be minus 200 favorites. But do I think we can see a game where Chris Sale pitches well? Yeah. I think Chris Sale can pitch good in this game. And maybe this is an under. Maybe this is under 7.5. It's just going to be a lean for me at this point. But I would only look towards an under in this game. I'm not laying a number with the Braves, but I don't want the Twins in this spot either. Best of luck today. Best of luck to you, Coin. Mets have 2 of the worst contracts in baseball. No. Anyone see Volpe batting 197? Bust. Yeah. Want to know who's overpaid? Judge, best player in the MLB. And I'm not arguing with that. I do think Judge is the best player in baseball. I've never said a negative thing about Judge, other than he can't hit in the playoffs. He's a great regular season baseball player, an amazing regular season baseball player. One of the best power hitters I've ever seen. I can respect players that are MVP caliber players, even if they're on a rival team. You can learn from that a little bit there. Volpe, good start. Good. Don't start hating on him because he's a stupid Yankee. Yeah. Braves run line. Volpe faster than Lindor. Go better fielder. Gold glove. Gold gloves don't mean shit. We saw Juan Soto win a Gold Glove, and you call him a fat DH in a couple of years. So you can't move the goalposts for your arguments. So we'll see. But I mean, if it's either the Gold Glove means something or it doesn't. It doesn't mean anything when Soto won it. You call him a fat DH in a couple of years. It means everything when Volpe wins one. Yeah. Doesn't Volpe bat like ninth? Yeah. Yeah, because the MLB has a negative. I don't get why the MLB hates Lindor so much. But we're gonna stop the Lindor talk the Volpe Lindor talk because it's an irrelevant conversation because it's not even close. Chris Sale over 7.5 Ks. Yeah. I can find 1 million people who can field ground balls. Yeah. Decent Murphy, minus 125. I can see that. The Twins are the worst team in the MLB. Unfortunately, the White Sox and the Rockies. The Rockies exist. Volpe sounds even better than lifelong Yankee Jeter from what I'm hearing right now. Yeah. And here's my hot take. As an overall baseball player, not, oh, he won this many World Series and bullshit like that. As an actual baseball player, Lindor is a better player than Derek Jeter. Yes, Derek Jeter has more achievements. Yes, he won more championships. But as an overall baseball player, Lindor is better than Jeter. I said it. Fight me. Barry Bonds did shit in the playoffs and he was on drugs. Cool. Gold Glove means something. Okay. LOL, Fat Soda won. Yeah, he did. He was, my bad. He was a finalist. He was a finalist a couple years, my bad. He was a finalist a couple years for the Gold Glove Award. Nobody's better than, he won a lot of championships, but overall as a baseball player, he was slightly above average. Barry Bonds the GOAT. Yes, I said if I was building a team and you give me Prime Lindor versus Prime Jeter, I'm taking Prime Lindor. Absolutely. Not a shadow of a doubt. If Jeter played in Kansas City and won no championships, we wouldn't be talking about him. The only reason why we talk about Jeter is because he won championships with the Yankees. I think it was more of a testament of the Yankees teams that he played on rather than him himself. Last game of the day, though, the LA Angels taking on the San Francisco Giants. -130 for the Giants, total of 8.5. Line opened up 115. It's now 130 for the Giants. Line opened up in an 8.5 -125. It's now 8.5 -115 to move towards the under in this game as well. We have 60% of tickets and 55% of cash on the over in this spot. 77% of tickets and 56% of cash on the Giants in this game as well. And the line is moving towards the Giants in this game. We have Kyle Hendricks taking on Logan Roop. I like Roop. He did not have a good start in his last one. I remember that. He really struggled in that game against Philly. Granted, he's pitched on the road 2 out of the 3 times. He gave up 4 runs on 6 hits, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts in his previous game against the Phillies. This is another road game for him, though. I think Logan Roop is one of those guys you can back at home because his one home start was dominant. 6 innings of 1-run baseball, 7 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts. 3 earned runs against the Astros and 4 innings pitched on the road there in that one. Kyle Hendricks, I can't believe Kyle Hendricks is still pitching, and it's not with the Cubs. It still boggles my mind that he is still pitching. And he's been okay. 4.20 ERA in 15 innings pitched. He got hit up in his last start, gave up 5 earned runs against the Astros. All 3 of his starts have been on the road, though. This is his first home start as an LA Angel, which is interesting because I think that he can potentially pitch well in this game, but the market disagrees. The market's moved swiftly towards the Giants, and there's been no buyback whatsoever. And we have a 10-cent line movement towards the under. Tells me I think Kyle Hendricks can pitch well here. His first home game as an Angel. Do I want to trust it to end my night, though? No, I'll be paying attention to playoff hockey at that time. But looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plays, 8 plays for me in baseball, 9 plays. 9 plays for me in baseball today. I'm totally fine with that. It's going to be a pass in the card here for me. Cool. I think he is. I think he is. I'm taking Prime TA. There you go. He's the best. He's the best playoff hitter of all time. He's a singles merchant. Pass. Lindor's 275. Yeah, because he got singles. 15 plays today. Wow. There you go. And now we're going to move on to the NBA playoffs in the NBA getting started today. And the first game of the day is the Milwaukee Bucks taking on the Indiana Pacers in this one here. The Pacers are 6-point favorites in this spot. Total 225.5. This game being played, obviously, in Indiana. The Indiana Pacers finished with a record of 50-32 on the year. They're 29-11 at Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, Indiana. The Milwaukee Bucks finished 49-34 on the year. They finished with a 20-20 road record here. And let's take a look at what these two teams have done. Into this 8 wins in a row for the Bucks heading into the playoffs. So they're coming in playing well. So are the Pacers. They won 7 of their last 8, 8 of their last 10 heading into the playoffs. Importantly here, taking a look at the injury report, and Damian Lillard is out. He's still out, but he might be available later in the series, is what I'm hearing. Also, we have for Tyler Smith, he is out as well for Game 1 against the Pacers. This game getting tipped off in 45 minutes. On the flip side, the Pacers have Ben Shepherd day to day, and then also they have Isaiah Jackson, who's been out for the year. He is not going to be playing at all during these playoffs. So other than Dame time, 2 relatively healthy teams heading into the playoffs here. Taking a look at the line history in this game, line opened up with the Pacers around 5.5-point favorites. It's now a 6. Line opened up at a 226. It's now 226.5. We saw the Pacers when they made their run last year. They played a lot of over basketball in the playoffs when generally we see scoring regress and we see more intense defense and we see things along those lines. We have 64% of the tickets and 63% of cash coming out on the Bucks, yet this line's moved a half point towards the Pacers. We have 94% of tickets and 94% cash on the over, and the line's moving towards the over in this spot here. And the question is, do I want to get my day started with the Indiana Pacers? And I kind of do. I think this is a Pacers team that is more built to win right now. For the Milwaukee Bucks, one thing that's kind of difficult with them is obviously not having Lillard. I think hurts them for sure. And the trades they made, the trades they made definitely makes it tough. Looks like their starting lineup. Is going to have. Oh, that's right. That their last game they didn't start anybody, so that lineup is not going to be worth anything there. So I'm trying to. I want to find their starting lineup for today. I think it's basically Giannis. That's about it. And I think that this is a spot where the Pacers take Game 1. And maybe I think the spot to back the Bucks in the series will be home Game 3 if they lose the first 2, which I think there's a pretty decent chance they can lose the first 2 games against the Pacers here. And I will back the Pacers in the first game here. I'm getting minus 5.5 over on ESPN Bet. I'll get my NBA card started here in the playoffs with the Pacers laying the points against the Bucks in this one. Let's see. Because he got singles. What are you supposed to do? I mean, no, you can hit that. Okay. Pacer smash. Good for you. Giannis will ask for a trade after the series or fire Doc. Fair. Bet MGM plus 249 boost. Pacers money line. Pistons plus 111.5. Clippers plus 7.5. Yeah. Jeter had over 200 hits 8 times. Cool. Lindor hits with more power. Don't embarrass yourself, 5-time champion. Like I said, ignore if you never mind. I'm not even going to try to explain to you. I'd be better off explaining to a wall. Giannis over 39.5 points. We're talking basketball now, by the way. Catch up here. Lean Pacers. Yeah, I am on the Pacers. I am on the Pacers here in this one. We'll move on. The Denver Nuggets taking on the LA Clippers. The Nuggets are 2.5-point favorites in this game, total of 224.5. And let's take a look at the line history in this one. It opened up around a 3. It's actually down to a 2.5 now. So we do have a move towards the Clips in this game here. Line opened up 223.5, 224 range. It's now 225. So we do have a move towards the over here as well. Let's take a look at the cash flow, where we have 63% of tickets and 61% of cash on the Nuggets, and this line's moved towards the Clippers. Tells me the Clippers are probably live in this game. Taking a look at the cash flow, 92% of tickets, 92% of cash on the over. My worry with the Denver Nuggets is that they coasted down the stretch, and very similar to what I was kind of making arguments with Winnipeg with their game against the Jets, and I'll make those arguments when I back Montreal against Washington, and when I back some of these bigger dogs early, is teams coasting down the stretch. I want to fade them early, whether it's first half full game in the first game or just money line in the first game or something along those lines. And I feel like this could be the wake up call for the Denver Nuggets. If they lose this first game, you absolutely back them in the second game. I don't see them losing. I don't see them losing both games in Denver. So that's something that I got to keep in mind. Both these teams finished with a record of 50-32 this year. The Denver Nuggets were 26-15 at home. The Clippers were 20-21 on the road. Where you want to back the Clippers in the series is in LA. I think that's probably where you're going to look to back them. These two teams split the season series, I believe. They split the season series. LA won the first two. The Nuggets won the last two. 3 of the 4 were in Denver, though, which is kind of interesting there. But for me in this spot, it's not a game I'm going to get involved with. It's definitely a game I'm going to keep an eye on. And based on the result of this game is how I'm going to approach the next game, how I'm going to approach game 2. And I think this is a spot where if you take if the Nuggets win this game, then I'm going to have to dive a little bit deeper into game 2. If the Clippers win this game, I'm on the Nuggets game 2 regardless. So this is a pass for me at this moment, but I'm interested to see what happens in this game. I kind of lean Clippers here in this spot. Maybe Clippers first quarter or first half for them to come out strong, and then the Nuggets kind of take over after halftime. So I kind of lean towards the Clippers in the first half in this game, not what I'm going to get involved with there. Fire Doc, he's been irrelevant for a while as well. Yeah, just ignore the 5 rings. Yes, I was saying for this example, just looking at what they are as a player themselves. Because baseball rings are, they're important, but I think baseball is an individual sport. So yes. Ignore Brady's rings and the teams played for. I believe Rogers is more this. Yes, exactly. Okay, that's the better way to say. I think Lindor is the more talented player than Jeter. Jeter won more, obviously, but Lindor's the more talented player. Cool. Clips money line. Basically, what Nick is trying to say. I don't agree with it, but it's his take. Fair. Okay, cool. We're gonna talk basketball now. Nuggets getting bounced in the first round. Yeah. Ignoring team accomplishments. Yes, I was talking about the individual player. Nuggets or nothing, but I'm passing. Clippers going deep in the playoffs. All right. And we are talking about basketball now. So I'm done talking about Jeter. I'm done talking about Lindor. I'm done talking about baseball. We're talking playoff basketball now. Because I don't feel like doing a 2.5-hour show because you want to explain to me every little thing about Derek Jeter. I'm good. But we'll move on. The New York Knicks and the Detroit Pistons. The Knicks are 7-point favorites here, total of 220.5. Line opened up 7. Did get up to a 7.5, got down to a 6.5 for a minute, back to a 7. So we've had really no line movement on the side. Line opened up 221.5. It's now 220.5. So we'll move towards the under here as well. We have the Detroit Pistons. They're definitely excited to be here. And we have the Knicks who have been here the last few years. What a fun story is the Detroit Pistons. And I would lean Pistons in this matchup. The Pistons have played well against this Knicks team. Granted, the Knicks, I don't think, cared the last time they played each other. But the previous 2 times, the New York Knicks were 8-point favorites and they won outright the Pistons. I think the Pistons are more alive in the series than people think they are. And looking at this game, the Knicks finished the season 51-31. They were 27-14 at Madison Square Garden. The Detroit Pistons finished 44-38. They finished 22-19 away from the Pizza Box, Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, Michigan. Detroit were resting. Actually, they weren't resting players. They were 9.5-point favorites in that last game. And they actually, it was more the Bucks were resting everybody. The Knicks down the stretch, they won against the Nets to end their season, so they didn't come in limping into the playoffs on a 4-game losing streak. And I think Detroit matches up pretty well against this New York Knicks team. And getting 7 points here, I have a feeling I want to take the points in almost every game in this series with the Detroit Pistons. And I can get 7.5 minus 110 over on Fanatics. I'm going to continue here. I'm going to continue my NBA card here with the Pistons plus the points. And for the cash flow, 47% tickets, 48% of the cash on the Pistons. So it's about a 50-50 split. 92% tickets, 91% cash on the over. I think the Pistons are alive to win this game outright. And if they win this game outright, back to Knicks in the second game. Because I don't see the Knicks losing both. I don't see the Knicks losing both games at MSG, but I could see this game heading back to Detroit tied 1-1. So I'm on the points here in this game. I got plus 7.5 on Fanatics, minus 110. So that's where I'm going to go for this game here. I'm going to take a little Detroit, some Detroit basketball here in this one, plus 7.5 against the New York Knicks. No, I'm a realistic, but yeah, sure. But I think you're an idiot for even comparing Volpe to. Okay, cool. We done with that now? Cool. Pistons money line. Cool. Pistons plus 7. If the Knicks lost this series, bye Tim. Contest standings. Yeah, I went over them earlier. Let me quickly grab them real quick. Let's take a look. You are in second place. You're a little less than 7 units behind, or a little less than 8 units behind me for the baseball contest. So there you go, Lex. There's the contest standings for you there. Yeah. Pistons race to 40 first half. Wow, 2000. He's reaching. Yeah. To give you an idea, I was not even a year old when that World Series happened. I was less than 1 year old when that World Series happened. So I don't care. We'll move on. Last game of the card in the NBA. Then we'll touch on the two NHL cards, 2 NHL games. We have the LA Lakers taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Line opened up around a 4.5, 5 range. It opened up at 11:10 last night, on the 14th on my bad. Let me try this again. It opened up on April the 13th -4. And immediately at 11:10. By 11:33, it was -5. By 11:47, it was -5.5. And it got all the way back down to a 4, and then it's now back at a 5. So we have this line, depending on, within the first couple minutes, it's really, after the first couple minutes, it really hasn't moved much from the opening line. Line opened up 219, it's down to a 216.5. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game here. To nobody's surprise, very public on the Los Angeles Lakers. 75% of the tickets and 79% of the cash is on the Lakers in this game. The line's not really moved too much. 87% of tickets and 87% of the cash on the over here as well. And looking at this spot, we have the Lakers coming into the series looking pretty good. They were the 3 seed in the West. They finished with a record of 20-32, which was, I believe, tied with both the Nuggets and the Clippers. They got the home court advantage due to, I believe, conference record. On the flip side, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves. They finished a game behind the Lakers. They were 49-33. Just shows how clumped up this Western Conference was. The Lakers finished 31-10 at Crypto.com Arena this year. The Minnesota Timberwolves finished 24-17 on the road this year. One thing to keep an eye on is I think the Minnesota Timberwolves are bet on when this series heads back to Minnesota, to the Timberwolves being at home. I think that's where you back the Timberwolves in the series, is at home. And the question is, can they steal a game in LA? I think they can. We see the public on the Lakers. The line's moved slightly. The line's not moved. If anything, it's moved slightly towards the T-Wolves since the opening line. I think the T-Wolves are alive in this game. I think this could be a wake-up call once again. And here's the thing. I have no series props or series futures or futures in general with the NBA heading into these playoffs. So I'm not tied up on anything along those lines when it comes to it here. I think the Minnesota Timberwolves can win the first game, and then you back the Lakers in the second game. And I think this is tied 1-1 heading back to LA, or heading back to Minnesota. So I'm going to take, and I'm getting 4.5 -110 in this one as well. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take the T-Wolves to get to at least cover the number, if not win outright in this game. I think the T-Wolves are worth the sprinkle in this one as well. But I'm getting 4.5 with the Timberwolves here in this game. So I'm going to go ahead and take that here. Minnesota plus 4.5 -110. Let's see. Tibbs just signed an extension. He's not going anywhere, Skins. All right. Ski. Sorry, I'm dashing, so not here the whole time. You're all good. You're all good. Well, he's talking about a guy who is retired, though. Yeah, exactly. How can you say? Okay, cool. I saw him plenty. I grew up with him. Tim picked the Wolves to win the series. That doesn't shock me. Like that wouldn't shock me at all to see them win the series. I think the series is closer than people may think it is. I know they see 3-6 and they see LeBron on one side. The Timberwolves were one game worse than the Lakers this year. It's not like we're talking about a 3-6 matchup where the Lakers were like 8 games better. We're talking about the Timberwolves, who I think could win. I think they can win this series if they can steal a game in LA. And plus 160 from Minnesota to win the series. I don't hate that one bit. Yeah, if I'm looking at series props, I'm only looking at right now Pistons and Timberwolves. Those would be the two I'd be looking at of teams going today. If the Nuggets lose game 1, I will back them to win the series at plus money, and same with the Pacers. Cool. LeBron double and Luka triple double. Lakers minus 9.5. Worst take ever in my opinion. What? That they can win the series. Wolves money line. Lakers in 5 or 6. Okay. Cool. Lakers are scared of Minnesota. Lakers minus 4.5. Lakers are pass. Wolves will never beat the Lakers in the series. Book it. I mean, they're minus 190. So the Lakers, they should win it. Lakers in 5. They have one player who can score. Lakers win. Lock it in. Okay. Ant-Man in 7. See, the one thing I'm worried about is how the Lakers play on the road. The Wolves are a bunch of dogs. Okay. Lakers hate is crazy. I mean, not really. Everybody's on the Lakers. Not for me. I bet the Lakers win the series. Good for you. Wolves don't have the tools to beat the Lakers. And I'm not saying they do win the series. Did I say I bet them to win the series? No, I bet them to cover 4.5 in the first game. I don't give 2 fucks about the NBA, to be honest. Yeah. Any team with Randall as a second option can't win. Who's guarding Luka? Fair. That's a very fair statement. Tim is having a bad NBA. Ignore Tim. Fair. Luka guarding himself on the bench. Lakers haven't been their best player for the beginning of the season. Fair. Wolves have 0 chance to win the series. Agree. NBA want the Warriors versus Lakers in the future. I can see that. Lakers would be a 1 or 2 seed if they had Luka full season. I'm fading Tim. That's fair. We'll move on, though, to the better playoffs. We had the St. Louis Blues taking on the Colorado Avalanche. Taking on the Winnipeg Jets. I'm looking at both games here for whatever reason. This total's a 5. Yes, don't adjust your screen. That's not a typo. This total's a 5. Granted, it's minus 140 to the over, but it is a 5. And looking at this spot here, we have Winnipeg coming into this game. They've won 4 of their last 5 games. They won in overtime against Anaheim to close out the season. The St. Louis Blues were honestly the hottest team going down the stretch. They won 12 in a row, which propelled them into a playoff spot. And I think that this is a Blues team that's getting hot at the right time, and I think can come in here against a Winnipeg team that's kind of been coasting. Like they've not. I don't think they've been playing playoff hockey. I don't think they're in playoff hockey mode yet. And I think this is a spot where the Blues can catch them here early. And if the Blues catch them here early, maybe look to back Winnipeg in game 2. But I think that this is a Blues team that is bet on early and bet on a little bit potentially in St. Louis as well. And this is a St. Louis team that I'm actually going to get my day started with a double up on them. I took them plus 160 last night. Now that's plus 170, plus 175. I wish I waited a little bit to bet the Blues, but it is what it is. I am going to add them in the first period as well, at plus 145. I think this is a game where they can jump out early and take and play a good, solid 20 minutes to start. Maybe it takes the 20 minutes for the Jets to get their legs under them and get into playoff mode. And the ultimate question is, what do we expect from Hellebuck? Because he is somebody who has really shrunk when the games have got the biggest. We've seen them get overplayed in the during the regular season, and then we see them struggle in the playoffs. St. Louis's team total is plus 130 over on Bovada for a 2.5. That's kind of crazy there. Plus 135 on Fanatics. So yeah, I would lean towards maybe a team total over for St. Louis as well. I wish it was cheap enough for me to get a 2 at a decent number, which I don't think will happen. But for me, I'm going to be on a double up here with the Blues, first period and full game. And I do have the Blues at plus 185 to win the series as well. I think they're very, very live in this one here. And I will go ahead and take them in this spot. St. Louis Blues. Well, I have my caps lock on. Cool. St. Louis Blues, first period, plus 145, and full game, plus 160 for me here. And you can get a better number on the Blues now as well. But I'm going to be on the Blues and full game as well. Let's head back to the chat, and then we will get into. Let's see. I picked the Jets in 6. That's fair. Where's Rob now? Hockey Talk. Yeah. Jets 3-way money line minus 115. Now it's minus 125. I can see overtime in this game though. Yeah, but yeah. Under 5 here, plus 110. Rob says Jets in 6. Okay, we got the Blues. Playoff hockey is here, and the unders are coming. Yeah, I can see that. Connor Hellebuck, I want to see it. Absolutely. 3-1 Blues win or 2-1. I can definitely see that. Okay, folks. Caps make the East Finals. You heard it here. I think they go. I think Montreal is very live. I'm not saying that Montreal wins that series, but I think they're very, very live to win that series, and I'm very, very interested in it. And obviously, I got plus 260 for Montreal to win the series, but it was just more of a price play than anything. I think the Caps are overvalued at that number, but it is what it is. But yeah, maybe. The Metro division is very weak, so if the Caps make it past Montreal, maybe. But I'm on the under only. That's fair. Caps versus Avs is my prediction. Fair. Connor Hellebuck starting to looking to start the playoffs strong. Yeah. Whiteout tonight? I think so. Leafs play tomorrow. Who's ready to see the Sens get swept? I will be on the Ottawa Senators tomorrow. I promise you that. Absolutely, I will. There will be spots to back the Leafs in that series. Game 1 goes to the Sens. Love me a Winnipeg whiteout. Yeah, I think the Leafs go up 3-2 in that series, and the Sens win in 7. But we'll move on. Final game on the card for today. The Colorado Avalanche are taking on the Dallas Stars. We have the Avalanche minus, now we're seeing 135, minus 140 favorites in this game. Wow, minus 150, minus 160 range. Jesus, this line has moved. And we're starting to see 6.5s as well. So that's very, very interesting there. As I bet the Avalanche last night, and I got a minus 125 with them. Is what I got last night with them. Over on I got minus 125 on ESPN Bet. At this point, it's going to have to be Colorado minus 1 or a team total over. This line's moved dramatically. And I understand why. We have the Colorado Avalanche coming into this series healthy. Something the Dallas Stars cannot say. And if you want to back the Avalanche at this number at this point, I think it's the team total over 3.5 at plus 110 over on Bovada. That would be the best way to approach it in this game. This line moving the way it has would keep me off of a money line spot with the Avalanche. Is this a game where I think they can take care of business and win and cover a minus 1 line? Yeah, I think at this point, minus 1 line, minus 150, plus 175. I'm going to take a look what that is real quick. Plus 110. Yeah, I would either look towards Colorado minus 1 at plus 110 or team total over 3.5 at plus 110 at this point. You may have missed your line, though, in this game. The Avalanche enter this game 49, 29, and 4. They were 23, 17, and 1 away from Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado. The Dallas Stars enter this series, enter the playoffs 50, 26, and 6, 28, 10, and 3 at home. They lost their last 8 games, I believe, 7 or 8 games heading into the playoffs here, the Dallas Stars. Talk about limping into the playoffs and not looking very good. I think that's exactly what we see from the Dallas Stars here, is they don't look in game 1. And usually I'd be like, yeah, let's back them in game 2 if they look. I don't know if I really want to back them in game 2, the Dallas Stars. I think This is a team that it wouldn't shock me to see Colorado win the series in 5 or 6 at this point. I think Colorado is by far the better team. They have better depth down the center. They have better forwards. I think the only edge you can give Dallas is the goaltending, and that's it. But for me, I'm on the Colorado Avalanche. I got a minus 125 last night when I did my free pick video. At minus 155, minus 160, it'd be minus 1 or nothing. But it's a pass here for me. Rob, who makes the finals, he's going to say the Hurricanes are 1. He's definitely going to be on the Hurricanes. I don't know on the West side, though. Leafs winning 6-2. Interesting. Rob, tell us who makes it. I want predictions, Rob. Avs in 5. I could see that. Blues money line. Who makes the finals, Rob? Avs versus who? He's going to say the Hurricanes. He's going to say the Hurricanes. I know him. He has a Hurricanes 15-1 ticket. Avs minus 1.5 plus 210 is now plus 180. CLV. Hell yeah. Rob, wake up. Tell us who wins it all. He's going to say the Hurricanes. Pass. I'll look at live odds. Fair. Over 5.5 minus 120 is now 6. Yeah. Holy shit. Stop it, dude. More like a white wash for the Jets. Hella suck is the Peyton Manning of hockey. Wow. I think he has the Canes winning it all. Yeah. I think he does. As puck line, I think he has the Canes winning all. He won't answer. Yeah, because you're being a dick. I wouldn't answer to you too either if you were being a dick. But that is everything for today's card. If you guys have not already, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we are live here at ESB. But that is going to do it for this one. Oh, VGK win the cup. VGK win the cup. All right. But that's going to do it for this one. Want to thank you guys as always for watching, and we'll catch you guys same time, same place tomorrow for another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. Good luck, everyone.